Industry is industry has been a very important factor in our research in two ways, direct and indirect. In the indirect way, by being out there and working with companies and also through previous commercialization activities, we've been able to acquire knowledge about different kinds of applications and market, and also I get a feeling of where companies are going with their technology and also how their business models work, and that all influences us in terms of choosing the research problem. For example, one thing that we're working on right now is trying to make a very low-cost green laser, semiconductor laser. That kind of lighting source that's efficient doesn't exist, and we could see that because the companies that are interested in display technologies, companies that are interested in having a particular wavelength to do an application, you can see there's a void there, and that void is connected to a materials problem. And so if we solve that materials problem research, there's a lot of applications we know that could come out from that. So that's an example of an indirect interaction with industry where it feeds into our innovation process, but it can result in future impact. A more direct way is that we have developed something called innovation interface, where because for historical reasons the gap between industry and universities in general have increased, and so to aid the process of getting corporations involved with research on campus and activities on campus, this interface is meant to work on maybe a shorter term problem of strategic interest, let's say on a 3 to 5 year time horizon that a company might be interested in. And what we try to do is develop a team from across the university. It can be mixed technical and business usually, in order to try to arrive at a future innovation direction for the company. So it's more of a direct interaction, a new mode of interacting that we're trying to develop. One question is, how can universities enhance the innovation process on campus? How can you bring in those outside influences of market application and implementation, things like what companies, what their business model is, how they do their activities, who makes what the supply chain is. All that ends up, as we said before, going in there being critical to understanding what the right problem is, what the right technical problem is, what should I be doing research on, because then that helps me choose a problem that can have maximum impact. So one way that MIT has an advantage is its industrial liaison program, where it's the largest in the country, has many corporations that faculty can interface to. In fact, that's one of the reasons why in this innovation interface, this new model where we're trying to work on more strategic problems that are in a 3 to 5 year timeline, it's why we partnered with ILP to introduce that to corporations, which gives the corporations another reason for coming to campus besides the normal interaction of research and also finding professors with unique knowledge that can help them. This is yet another kind of reason that corporations would come to MIT. And all these activities through ILP help bring that outside information in that's critical to the innovation process that we describe in our book.